The White House says Hillary Clinton's campaign financed the Russia hoax. Watch.
This should be a story every outlet in this room should be covering. This is further evidence that Hillary Clinton approved the Russia hoax against President Trump. Her campaign financed it. Again, she approved it. And the FBI and the CIA were both weaponized to, as our director of CIA has said, accelerate this hoax against then candidate and former President Trump. To answer the heart of your question, the president wants to see justice served, and he trusts the Attorney General and the Department of Justice to implement that justice and hold these people accountable.
Florida Congressman Byron Donalds joins me now. Congressman, surely there will be a full-scale investigation of this. That's what you would expect, right?
Absolutely. There needs to be a full-scale investigation. With respect to the Hillary Clinton campaign paying for the Steele dossier and other elements, in the Financial Services Committee, we had a former SEC Commissioner Gary Gensler in committee. And I questioned Mr. Gensler about this very fact, about did he sign off on the checks that paid for the Steele dossier that we now know without any shadow of a doubt was false, a false narrative, concocted materials and evidence for the entire purpose of spying on President Trump's campaign in 2016 and starting this Russia probe, which was, in my view, the real thing that was destroying our democracy. And that's the Democrats, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, wanting so desperately to defeat Donald Trump that they were using the intelligence community, laundering phony intelligence, and their Hillary Clinton campaign paying for it. And so, yes, it needs to be investigated much more broadly.
I should tell our audience that Fox Business reached out to Hillary Clinton's team for a response to the story. We have not heard back from that team at this point. Congressman, Biden's longtime aide, Mike Donovan, he just testified in the Biden probe. He says Democrats overreacted to the catastrophic debate. Biden was capable of doing the job. And now Axios is reporting that Donilon was promised $8 million if Biden won the election. What is going on here, Congressman?
I mean, first of all, nobody believes Mr. Donilon. The Democrats were concerned. People, listen, the debate was disastrous. I was there. The American people saw it. But don't forget, I think it was 2 weeks before the debate, Joe Biden went and did this now famed fundraiser with Barack Obama and George Clooney, and it is clear they're having to help him off the stage. Apparently last night, he gave some speech last night, and they literally walk him to the podium for him to start his remarks. Joe Biden has not been mentally capable for quite some time. Mr. Donilon is covering up, quite frankly, because they have a long relationship, and I respect that. And if you have a long relationship with somebody, you try to do your best to protect them. But one thing is clear, Joe Biden was not running the country. He wasn't mentally capable of running the country. And so we need to continue to investigate Mr. Donilon's comments, and the fact that he was going to be paid $8 million by the president's campaign, President Biden, if he had won, demonstrates that he's trying to protect his client, his longtime associate, as opposed to telling the truth to the American people.
Is that normal in politics? You get a 4 or 5, a big bonus if you win? Is that common?
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens more than people realize. And so, look, I think one of the things when you talk about the swamp, part of the swamp is all of the people who come up and they're around a candidate or an elected official. And so there's a lot of long-time relationships that exist in politics. And I think that's one of the reasons why you get a lot of internal infighting that happens all the time, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are going to make money on political success.
Ain't that the truth? You're making a push to reopen the launch pad in Cape Canaveral. That's a name I remember from the distant past. Why do you want to reopen it?
Well, first of all, it was an aged launch pad, one that wasn't being utilized anymore. We have the space to continue the expansion of space operations here at Cape Canaveral. And so it makes sense for this work to be done. I actually was able to tour the pad yesterday. It's not something that you wanted to put the new Starship rocket from SpaceX on. You don't want to use the old platform. It makes sense to build a new one. So that's what they're in the process of doing. That work should be completed next year. We just want to make sure that the Department of Defense gets through their audit checks quickly so we can get this up and running for the future.
And it's in Florida, which always helps a congressman from Florida, of course. Byron Donalds, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on the show. We'll see you again real soon. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.